Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in as always. Thanks for all the likes, comments, subscribes, discussions and shares, all very much appreciated. Right, today we have got ONR going into approximately 4 gallons of water. So we've got just over 2.5 ounces going in here, so we'll just double check that. Make sure it's filled up to the right amount. 2.5 ounces in here, straight in, no drama, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Right, I'll get rid of that bottle, that's done. So, what we're doing today, thought it'd be quite interesting to do 4 gallons of water. I'm going to put a little bit into a separate bucket and then use the Shiny Car UK Woolies and face brush to do the wheels, just using ONR. I'm also going to fill this bottle from that same bucket just to do the interior, and I'm going to fill the IK sprayer again from this bucket to do the pre-soak. And then we've just got Dark Side and Pearl to finish off. And at the end of the video, just going to do a quick comparison where I'm going to do a 50-50. This side I'll leave with ONR, and this side I'm going to apply Geon wet coat with a microfiber towel, and then we'll just use the pressure washer very quickly just to see the difference between the hydrophobicity of just ONR and also the Geon wet coat, just so we can have a look at the water action. Because as much as the finish is quite nice with the ONR, it is a little bit more durable and hydrophobic with Geon on top as well. Anyway, so we'll have a look at that in a minute. I'll get the liquids separated into the relevant vessels and buckets, and then we'll get into cleaning. So the reason I'm doing this with purely ONR is because I did a test last weekend using ONR on my partner's car, and what I found really interesting is that you could do the shuts, the glass, the clocks, the infotainment, the aircon control display, everything just with ONR, and all the plastics, etc, etc. So I thought, do you know what, I reckon I can mix up one big bucket, 2.5 ounces of product, and do waterless wash, wheels, pre-soak and interior, all with one product and no rinsing and next to no water. Anyway, let's get into this, the dirtiest wheel. I'm going to be a bit stingy with fluids, but we'll see how it goes. I'll get the GoPro on the tripod and we'll start getting into it. And I'm not using any alloy wheel cleaner because I don't want to use up additional liquid with any rinsing. So we're going to have to be super frugal with the water. But we should be all right. We shall see. There's approximately 1 gallon, I'd say, in the bucket. So we should be able to clean these and then go straight in with a microfiber to get them dry, and then a little bit of Maguire's to clean, to help with as a drying aid, and also a little bit of protection. Just going to use a woolly just to get into the spokes. Being very stingy with the water, obviously. Once I've done this one, which is always the worst, then we'll have a gauge of how much water I need for the rest. But there, that's okay. What that sort of shows is you could take a bottle of this to a car show, 264 parts water, 1 part product, so next to nothing. You could take some of this to a car show and then just quickly use it as a QD, just so that you're putting your best foot forward. Working extra fast today because I can see there being thermal shutdown problems with the GoPro. Anyway, there's that. Easy. A little bit of Maguire's ceramic QD. Not going mad. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So with using the waterless wash, rinseless wash, using rinseless wash, obviously we're not going into the barrels, we're just doing the spokes and the fronts. Right, let's get the camera up. Probably let it have a breather. And that's nice. Good finish. I'll get the coatings on the tyres absolutely last thing. So that's good, done a good job. Right, I'm gonna whiz around and get the other wheels clean and then we'll get into paint. And that is those done. 5-10 minutes tops. Provides a more than adequate finish. We'll do the tyre coatings last. So that's all wheels done. Obviously mandatory quick exhaust, buzz, and all 4 wheels out the way. And had water left. Now, in case you're wondering, I could have used the pre-soak on the wheels as well. Reason I didn't is because it is blazing hot and I'm aware that I might need some additional pre-soak to get things moving along and cooling down when I start going over the panels. Anyway, we'll get into that straight away. So we've got the Chemical Guys double-sided towel, drying towel ready. Towel on one side, microfiber on the other side. And I'll just be picking that up to dry the panels as and when they're complete. So, IK sprayer, and as I say, going steady with this. Just a quick pre-soak, and it's going to be trying to cool off the panel. So we'll get that one done, and then we're straight in for the gridded sponge. And standard practice, wring it out until it's just thinking about dripping. So like that, ideal. Get a clean side, nice and gentle, straight lines. No drama. And the good thing is using the rinseless wash and already having the sprayer mixed up with 1 part ONR to 264 parts water. We've got that ready, so if I miss any bits, skirts, mirrors, etc., we can just go straight back in and use a little bit of the interior cleaner just to finish off and use it as a QD. So we'll just buzz that off with the towel and then flip sides and use the microfiber just for a little bit of buffing. Always making sure that you've got clean, dirt-free part of the towel. And again, if you identify any areas that aren't quite as clean as you would like, go back round at the end with the QD. And that is that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. It's like child's play. So we'll get one more done on cam, and then I'll go around and get the whole car done off cam, and we can look at the results. Just a quick update on water, how much we've got left. It's going to go a long way, so we'll just get in and do this panel now. Quick blast with the pre-soak. The beauty of rinseless wash is that if you go over any bits that you think, oh, I'd already done that bit, well, it's no drama, because it's not going to mark, cause water bubbles, surface marks, anything like that. You can just go back over that section with the microfiber and job's a good one. So sponge is doing its job. We'll put it dirt side down in the bucket so that while I'm drying, any dirt particles are dragged to the bottom of the bucket and then held in place by the grip guard, and also encapsulated by the ONR polymers. I'll probably QD in that arch towards the end. Two panels down, not having any problem with heat of the panels, and they are well above average heat. So we'll get the rest of that done off cam, then we'll get into tyre coatings, and then we'll do ONR as a interior cleaner. See you in a mo. Well, that was ridiculously easy. By no means perfection, but if you want a quick and efficient car clean without having to get pressure washer out and using additional water and having to go through all the rinsing steps, you cannot go wrong with this. Anyway, as promised at the start, before I do the tyre coatings, I'm just going to do 50-50 of the bonnet with Geon applied by microfiber towel, which I know you can do because I've seen other people discussing it, and we'll 50-50 that, and then we'll get it on. We'll pressure wash the bonnet just to look at the difference between the hydrophobic or water action of the ONR side versus the Geon side. So we've got Geon straight onto fresh microfiber towel, and then we'll make a nice 50-50 split. Get this on as quick as possible. Because it is blazing. You're getting nice and close, please. Just look at how that goes on. Nice as expected from Geon. And we'll just buff that up really quick before the sun chemically fuses it to the Forester. Probably once finished, because I'm bound to get a few water spots on the car as we pressure wash this. So once finished, I'll more than likely just go round with either Geon applied in this same method, just to apply some protection, or indeed might go with Maguire's. But you can see a distinct line. So when we start pressure washing in a moment, we should see a distinct difference. Quite interesting, really. You can see you're getting much more gloss with the Geon applied. Right, I'll get the pressure washer and we'll have a look at the water action. So immediately there is a stratospheric difference. Right, let's get in with that. So this is kind of how it felt after a couple of days when I was stuck in some rain. We were getting this kind of beading, so they're like large chunks. Whereas with the Geon, because it's much less friction, you get much smaller bubbles and much less inclination for the water to stick. Apologies about the dogs. I hope that wasn't all picked up on the mic. Right, let's have a look at some more water action. I mean, it's not doing a terrible job. It's just not doing quite as good job as the Geon. See how you're getting that sit? But not bad at all. Pretty good. And still great, tiny bubbles. Anyway, that's enough of that. I'm gonna get the car any wetter. Right, I'm gonna get that dry and then we'll get onto tyres and interior. So, dark side first. Couple of glugs into the pad. First treatment for these tyres, so they should be fairly receptive to this. These have only been on the car a week, so we use dark side to impregnate the rubber with a nice black pigment. All good. And then we'll go pearl just to top that off and give it some hydrophobicity and shine. Not too much. Straight the way round with the first pass, and then just start working that in a little bit. And that is that. Still going good with the fake Adams style pads that cost 1/3 of the price. Enjoying the little pyramids in the corner that help get into the nooks and crannies. Dark side and pearl doing a wonderful job as always. And the only negative about this process and not pressure washing is that we don't get the added benefit of doing up inside the arches and the mud flaps, but you can't have it all. So that's that phase. Rinseless wash outside, wheels, paintwork, products applied to the tyres, and now we've got some lovely clag in the door shuts that can be taken care of with ONR. So we'll start at the back. Get a little bit in here, and we can do plastics and shuts at the same time. And this is what I realised when I was doing my video last week of ONR as an interior cleaner. It struck me that if you mix up a little bit extra, you could probably do everything all in one go. So what I've experienced personally in the past is if you're spraying like some sort of greasy dash cleanser all around the inside, inevitably a little bit will end up the inside of the windscreen, and then you have to get out glass cleaner. But with this, because it has the capability of doing plastics and the metal paint, you are laughing. Right, quick go over that. Again, doesn't matter if it gets on the glass, just wipe it off. No spots, no mess, no drama. Fairly nice neutral sheen, all good. And if I want to go around the door outers, which I will do that off camera, so as not to torture you with tons and tons and tons. And I'm just trying to stay away from the grease because I regularly lubricate those sections, so I don't really want to contaminate my cloth quite yet. Ideal. So we'll start getting in here, also do the plastics. Again, just to repeat myself, doesn't matter if it gets on the glass, it won't mark at all. Just wipe over that, no spots. And that's that. Nice, neutral, factory look, not sticky. Get in with this. Down there in a couple of passes, up the pillar, and it's good in the shade. So you can see the residual dirt, and that will just wipe away and leave a nice gloss. Trying not to rub it through any grease, because like I say, it's too soon to contaminate the cloth just yet. But let's just look back. Everything is drying very quick today because it is blazing. And that is it. Lovely. Let's have a quick shot in there. So great. Lovely. And you know, sometimes if I'm in a rush, I may not do all the shots. But today, with all the time I've saved, not getting out all the foamer, rinsing equipment, etc., etc., I've saved loads of time. So I can spend a little bit of extra time on the shots. So just giving you a quick shot of these. I'll get round, get them done off cam, so as not to torture you all too much. And then we'll have a look at the results. But I will dive in. Oh, excuse me. We'll dive in and start getting around some of this. I'll go straight onto pad. Again, wonderful for clocks. No greasy finish. Not going to be sticky. Lovely jubbly. Again, as I said last week on my previous adventure of doing ONR as a interior detailer, no drama getting it on the infotainment screen. Don't get any greasy marks, nothing like that. just gives you a nice neutral factory finish. Okay on leather, all good. Right, one last bit, I'll just get this. Lovely. And I'll get round the rest of the car off cam and then we'll do a wrap up. Right, see you in a moment. And that is that. Absolutely simplicity. So let's go around, have a quick look at the shuts. And as I say, because I had more time, or because I'd saved loads of time, I'll just quickly add a squirt over them and the underneaths at the same time as doing the interior and having a little smash around the glass. So we'll just go around, as I say, spend a little bit more time on these. I'm going to clean these off. I'll degrease them hinges soon and then put fresh grease on. But it's done a good job. It has done a good job everywhere. Just can't fault it. And that's with about 4 gallons of product, 4 gallons of water, I should say, and 2.5 ounces of product. So next to nothing. But it's done the interior nice, no greasy, no sticky, just kinda factory neutral. But the amazing thing is, the thing to remember is that that has done the wheels, the paint, bits of the glass where applicable, all of the interior, all of the door shuts. I have got a fair amount left. It is blazing hot, so there has been some problems with the product drying, but overall it has done a wonderful job. And I'll probably just go in to grab any tiny water spots where it dried and I didn't quite get round to drying it by hand in time. I'll just go over with a QD just to get rid of any spots, and I'm gonna go and keep them dogs quiet. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that one. I really enjoyed it. All the very best. Bye bye.